name's Hilary Whiteside-Swan. I'm a Maryport artist. I've only moved to Maryport about 3 years ago, but I am local to the area. Since lockdown, that's when I started really getting into my painting again, because before that I've only done commissions for people, and I just thought it's such a beautiful town and the streets are beautiful and the buildings and everything. So I started doing those at first and just putting them on the local Facebook page, and everybody was quite happy with them. And it's snowballed from there really. I've done a couple of exhibitions in the settlements in here, and they've done really well. I get quite a few commissions now and again. This is one of my acrylics that I did of the town, which halfway through I wish I'd never started, because I realised all the tiny little houses, and you miss one out and somebody says, "Here, you've missed my house out." So I've not been allowed to do that. It drove me virtually to distraction. And then I've got, this is the steps. If you can see that, this is the old steps from market steps they're called. And I didn't put the handrail in, which was great consolation to everyone. They were very pleased at that, because that's what they used to look like, and they should look like. I've been doing, these are acrylic ones. I do acrylic, I do watercolours of the harbour, of sunsets, of just sometimes the streets and the roads, because I like the way that they're on the old grid system, and I think it just works really well. It's a really pretty place, and people should, well, I don't know, embrace what we've got here. I like to capture what it really looks like, because I've had lots of comments of people and they say, you really see what I see when I look at something. I'm not one of those wishy-washy, you can make out what it, if you want, you know, that could be a lamb or it could be a boat. I'm not one of them. And I like doing dark pictures at night, because that's another thing. I like the light that you get here is fantastic. You've got the sunsets and the reflections on the sea and the old lampposts, and it's just brilliant. It's so atmospheric at night. Well, it's atmospheric most of the time, but really at night it's great. And that's what I like to try and capture in my paintings, the light and the dark. I just go out with a phone and take a picture, and I'm like, yeah, I want this there. And then, I mean, sometimes I just take elements, so this probably isn't the sky that belonged to that day, but I used the pattern of the houses, and when I'll start with the sky, and then I think I drew the angles in, and then I was really happy with this bit. And once I got that bit, I knew the rest of it would be fine. If I get one bit going, I'm really happy. I thought, yeah, that looks like it does on the mud. When I do paintings that I've just made up out of my own mind, I can be freer and they're bigger, but it's still basically what I can see, because that's my house there. So I'm looking out onto all this, and I see all the sunshine and the reflections of the sunsets and the dark storms, and you know, they're the sort of things you capture in your mind, and you can then put them in another situation. But it's all been Maryport. I seem to have got obsessed with Maryport, and I can't stop doing it. Sometimes I do maybe 2 or 3 a week, but this took 3 days. So it wasn't too bad really, but yeah, yeah, I think I've become mad with it, as you can tell. A lot of people get a bit emotional, because some of them I've done with the church. It made some people cry. To try and capture the spirit of the place and the atmosphere that's all pervading around it, I think that's a great, you know, I was really pleased, because I've not really done a lot of painting like this before, but this is something that's come from within me, and I feel very connected to Maryport, and I found out I've got a lot of relations in Maryport I didn't even know I had.